I think he's going to start. We're good. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Abbey, would you lead us off, please? Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the approval of the minutes from February 21 meeting. Any questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Mr. Effie,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes, minutes have been approved. Now we'll open the meeting to public comment. Is there anybody here that would like to address the board on any active application? Is there anybody here? Given nobody's approach, we'll close the public hearing section and move on to our one agenda item. This is a sketch plan review for a proposed animal hospital at 9461 Brewerton Road. Applicant, please come on up. Good evening.
I'm Susan Lepick with Shopper Architects, the project architect.
Hello.
Dr. Jeremy Prosser, the owner, operator of the.
Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure that mic's on.
Close enough. Okay. Is that better?
Yes,
Okay.
it's better for the people at home.
Okay. Susan Lepick, Shopper Architects. I'm the project architect. And this is Dr. Jeremy Prosser.
Good evening.
everyone.
Hello, doctor. You can go ahead and describe
I'm gonna just
the project,
description.
please.
Yeah, so Dr. Prosser bought this property back in the fall, I believe. October. His current operation is up in Brewerton, and it's about half the size of this facility. So he's looking to double his operation and bought this building, and it's a great site. It's currently unoccupied. It's been several things in the past. I'm not from this area, but I went back through the archives and found it was a store and a restaurant, a brewery, and currently it was a live work space. I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's been a lot of interesting things. So the idea would be to completely gut the inside, all new walls, plumbing, interior, electric, everything. And then add this 2,500 square foot addition off the back. There's renderings. I'm not sure what you've had a chance to look at, but site-wise, we would be minimal disturbance. There's a swale on the north and south side that we're proposing to just drain the roof off to north and south, down a downspout, and then into the swale. New landscaping. There's landscaping there, but it's quite overgrown and just needs a refresh. So landscaping out front a little bit on the corners of the parking lot, around the sign. And then regarding the sign, it's an existing, I think it's a 6x6 wood structure. It's in really good shape. It looks terrible from the road, but I looked at it and it's pretty structurally sound. So we're planning to keep that and, wrap the posts, wrap the entire sign, and then put some new lighting on it. There's already power to it. So that's represented on the cover sheet. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's pretty simple. You want to add anything?
Oh, no.
Can you kind of go through the operation? How many
Yeah.
doctors,
Yeah.
any overnight type of thing, activity that?
Yeah, so it's a day hospital, general practice, right? Historically, it's been anywhere from one single doctor to three, maybe four, not all working. I think probably part-time equivalent of 2 to 3 full-time doctors.
Currently, that's what you have going?
Currently, right now, we're 2.5 doctors. We got a third one that's committed, hopefully if we can get this project going. It's busy, it's growing like crazy. We're busting at the seams. We're in the plaza, and so we're in the corner unit, and then another one to the side of it. It works. It has worked for many years. It's been there for over 30 years. But it's a very windy, one in, one out type of space. So it's very difficult to work out, a very minimal efficiency. A lot of clientele, and especially this area it seems like it just keeps growing, and we keep getting more people calling to get in. So we just can't do what we need to do in that space anymore. So we're hoping to grow, add in. I'd like it to be ultimately still a day practice. Probably 4 doctor practice. And I would say we'll probably have 4 doctors, about 20 support staff, probably ultimately. Day practice, we do get sick pets. They do need to stay overnight for treatments and stuff like that. But typically it's a 1 or 2 night type thing. We don't have weekend hours. So just during the week, day practice. We're there. The latest we're there is 7 p.m.
So the overnight with the pets would be just during the week? For the most part?
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll open up the questions, Jim.
Okay, so you're gonna work with the existing building and put it, you said a 2,500-foot
Yeah.
addition on the back.
Yeah. Right now, it's just it's really run down. Inside there, it's pretty much wide open. There's a few walls that I'm not sure what the previous owner was trying to do. There's like 2 or 3 bedroom type spaces, but otherwise it's kind of unfinished and open.
Okay. You mentioned, the roof was gonna drain.
What was the question?
The drainage, are you gonna have like under drains, or is it just gonna
So the
flow
existing,
to the swale?
the existing roof on the south side has a gutter that drains into a pipe that goes underground near the front porch, and I'm assuming out to the public waterway through the front, or the drainage ditch. On the north side, it just sheet drains to the ground and then makes its way over to the swale. So we were proposing to replace the gutters on the south side, add some on the north side on the existing, and then add them both north and south on the addition.
Okay. All right, on the plan it says existing Lake Shore Sanitary Sewer District right away. Is it currently on sewers? Is it connected? or-
Yeah,
Or
I
is
believe
it
it
on
is. Is it? It's
septic?
public sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's public.
It is.
Because there is a part of 11 that's on septic.
Yeah, as far as we know, it's public. Gotten any bills?
It's connected to the public sewer.
It is. Okay,
Yeah.
it is.
And I saw a light pole. Is that the only outdoor lighting or
There's 2
Yeah, there are
Big
2
poles.
light.
big pole? Okay.
There's an existing one by the sign and then another one in the driveway. To the left before the parking in the back. So those are the 2 main ones that light the parking lot, and then there's some small lamp posts that are around the perimeter of the sidewalk.
Okay. How about a sign?
Sign, the only sign would be the one out front, nothing on the building itself.
Okay.
So we'd use the existing structure, sign structure, and add new building signage.
Signage.
New lighting, new signage, that's,
Yeah, it's a nice big
Yeah.
space for the sign in the front. It's already there. I didn't want to clutter the building.
Okay, I'm good.
Chuck?
The elevation page here, if your plans are to make it look similar to that. It's very nice, I think. It's a big change from what it is and was. And question, Steve, is this area outside of the Brewerton neighborhood restrictions?
It's not in the downtown core gateway overlay
Okay.
district. It's,
I didn't think so, but I wasn't positive.
Right.
Thank you. And a couple more questions. You said about maybe 20 employees at some point. And what are your hours planned to be?
Currently, we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. Tuesday, Thursday, we're open till 7. I don't have any plans on changing that.
Okay,
I had to work weekends for many, many years. I don't want to do weekends.
so you've been there, done that. And I'm assuming you specialize in pets and smaller animals?
So dogs and cats.
Okay, no horses or cows or anything?
Correct. No.
Okay.
I know, sorry.
Not far enough north.
And you say it was a day center, so there's no overnight stays of the animals?
There's no boarding.
Okay,
There are occasions where a pet that's sick needs fluids, injections, antibiotics, IV medicines.
mhm,
They will stay overnight for a night or two, but all for kind of sick care, not anything to do with boarding.
okay, so is there any outdoor facility for such animals? Or are they
They're,
strictly inside?
if they're all inside, they would be walked on probably on the sides of the building and the
Okay.
green, in the grass to go potty, but other than that, that's not any outdoor housing.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
David?
I looked at the elevations. I agree. I think it's a really nice looking building. Selfishly, I was kind of hoping we were gonna get another brewery back there. But the next best is an animal hospital, right? The only question I had is it sprinkled now or if it's not, will it
It
be?
is not, and we did a code study. It's not required.
Doesn't need it, okay.
Not planning to do that. It'll have a new fire alarm system complete.
Okay, yeah, no, I wish you well. I'm glad you're expanding and doing well and it's a beautiful building. That's all I had.
My one question, I guess you've probably answered it here, is you're not gonna keep them overnight or anything. Because we have a residential on both sides of there's a 2-family on the south side, there's a single family on the north side. A lot of dogs barking and everything early in the morning but you're not gonna have that.
We shouldn't, and.
Well, I could see once a week or, whatever,
Yeah.
they could live with it, but.
Yeah. I think in terms of noise, it would be pretty minimal disturbance. Also because with planning the inside of it, I have to listen to dogs barking all day long, so we're kind of going out of our way to try and minimize the noise. And so I think on the outside, it'll be very minimal.
Okay, I'm all set.
So no fenced area outside for the pets? I
We
didn't see any.
We didn't plan it. I've considered it just for safety purposes. If we are walking a pet and they slip a leash or something like that, I might have considered having an area that was fenced on the side. But
That would be the side where the dog door is.
There's no fence showing now?
there's no fencing.
The only fence we show is on the south side outside the employee entry, and it would be on the patio, just to separate the
On the
employee
patio.
entry from the public. So when people are going to work, they don't have the public trying to flag them down and ask them questions. But
But at this
it's
point,
just-
there's no fenced in area for the pets to, okay. And so there won't be unless you provide that with this application.
Right.
Okay. In the application in environmental form, it talks about being adjacent to sensitive archaeological site. What's that about?
It came up on the EAF mapper, so I dug into it a little bit. It's called an archaeological buffer zone, and we have a guy in our office that deals a lot with SHPO and historical society stuff. He said it doesn't really mean anything. He thinks that it's because there are historic structures in the town that they want to preserve, that it's a buffer zone because of that. But he said it doesn't mean anything.
The sign, does it have the light that you're showing on this plan on it already?
Right now, no,
Lights.
that's a proposed light, just as a, not sure if that'll be the exact one,
There are
but
2 lights on the sign, but they're kind of
Yeah.
hanging
yeah,
right now.
and I don't think they match.
I know. It's in rough shape as it is.
So our engineer's not here tonight, but you'll want to get together with him on what's allowable and not allowable with exterior lighting. That
Okay.
kind of thing. So how many, so up to 20 employees, 4 doctors. How many pet owners would be at the site at any given time during operation?
Yeah, we tried to kind of keep track a few days during our busy times.
Yeah.
and Yeah, really. I would say even if at maximum operation, we probably would have maybe 8 clients in there at a time, some with appointments, maybe a couple picking up some medicines, picking up a pet to go home. I'd say 8 to 10 is probably that would be pretty busy for us all at once.
So what you want to look at is, so you got 20 employees, 4 doctors. You got 33 spots for parking outside. So be able, next time we get together, be able to kind of communicate whether or not that's going to be enough based on what you tell me, it may not be.
I think even if we have a maximum of 20 to 24 employees, they're not all gonna be there at the same time.
Gotcha.
So I think in terms of for parking, I've thought it should be adequate.
Okay. So how many employees would be there, you think, at any given time, max?
I would say probably with doctors 16 to 18.
Oh, okay. If you can look at that and then put it in writing for us, that would be helpful. I think that's all I had at this time. Zach?
So you said about 8 clients potentially in the building at once. About how many appointments roughly for traffic wise per day? Would you, like, how many appointment slots would you have roughly?
About 60.
Okay.
See that between and yeah, I'd say probably 60, maybe 60 to 80.
60. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the 8 at a time would be kind of like, we got even 4 doctors working and they're seeing appointments. It would be, 4 that they're in, 4 that are coming, but there'd be crossing paths, not necessarily there and all sitting. It'd be coming and going. You might get that while they're crossing a higher number.
All right, thank you.
Steve?
If you could get a measurement from the nearest hydrant and the distance to the building along the access route, I know the addition's gonna make that distance a little bit further. The closest one is to the south of this building in front of the house next door.
Yeah. Anything?
Yeah, just a couple of things that you're gonna clear up at some point. Looking at the Dussing survey. If you look at the access easement, it's a proposed access easement. Another cross access, so. I don't know if that's proposed easement, because he said proposed easement on the survey, so again.
We have a new survey coming in the next week or so. We had, we recently asked, INUZ enrollments to go out there and update a survey that they did back in 2014. So that will include a lot more detail than this. I put this one on here just because it was done most recently, but I think the Roman survey. Yeah.
That's pretty recent, but that shows those students that access easement, which gives the cross access also the happened to the, property to the south, would be saying that both those are proposed. And that conflicts with the plan, so just somehow, so that, have to be, give us cross access and pretty sure that we're looking. That,
Okay. I think, we talked about this previously. Um,
Well, yeah, I mean, you go on the plan and the plan shows like the easement and then your survey shows proposed.
Mhm.
So just, is it there or is it not there?
Yeah, I think my understanding was it kind of depends on what Joe Scrippa does with the property behind it.
So if I may, those, and I don't know why they say proposed, but those were a planning board requirement of a previous site plan, those cross access. So my understanding was they exist.
Away.
No,
They
you
should-
can't
they-
just take the
Right.
post away, you actually have to show us that easement's there,
Yeah,
which I think it is.
in terms of the parking lot, those access points are there, but it goes into lawn.
Right, the only reason I'm asking is because you have a survey that says proposed on it.
Mhm.
And now I'm curious, I want to make sure that that's actually there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we asked, Ian and Romans to look into for us. I'm
He'll
just,
know.
yeah, I'm not sure. We talked about it before.
He
You
did-
said
he did
that,
the same stuff,
it's,
right?
someone had requested a crash gate out the back. So it would be an emergency crash gate. The one out the north side, I think wouldn't be needed anymore because there was another scheme that we saw. I don't know who did it, but it was a second, access off of Route 11 on that property. So I
Yeah.
think that the easement across the front parking lot goes away and you'll have to keep the one in the back. But we'll get more info on that for sure.
Yeah, this property was subdivided after its original site plan approval. So that you're right, the planning board required that it have access to the road, but those cross accesses may still be required by the planning board. And
Okay.
I think what Neil's saying is see if they've been recorded and they actually exist.
Okay.
We should have Mark hold off on review until the new plan comes in, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, I'd leave it up to Mark if he wants to provide any comments or wait until, yeah, I mean, so it sounds like so this was by Dussing, but you're having Newsy update your survey?
Yeah, they did the 2014 survey. And I didn't include it in here, but it had a lot of, grading contours, site utilities. It had a lot more info than this one, so we decided to use them for the update.
What's up? Anything else? We're good. Anything else from you right now?
No, I saw the county planning board approval came through today, so that was good news. And also we talked to state DOT and I have something in writing saying that they don't have any issues with the project.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Terrific. All set. Appreciate you coming in. We'll see you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you. That concludes our agenda items. Is there any discussion from the team? Nothing. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Do
Motion to adjourn.
we have a second?
I'll second that.
Meeting is adjourned.
I mean, he just. Yeah. He got, so. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people say. Yeah.
So it's Eve?
Eve, yep,
Eve.
like, just think of leaf without the L, and that's the pronunciation. When I was in